please, can you just do this button work? Okay, so apparently it might be working now. I know. So yeah, now we're live. Sorry for this awful stuff called broadband connection, Vodafone. I love you, friends, but really, let me check if the link is the same. How do I share this thing? I want to go to the to my channel, and if I go in my channel to the video itself, and if I share it, copy, and then I will go to the back again. Yeah, good. So I will really need to look into this thing which Arindam told me. Arindam from Kolkata. So it's actually quite fun, quite interesting, because I can tell you that. Do you know where Kunal is from? Because I can tell you, mate, that if you continue like that in 2 years, people will think Kolkata and they will think you. Because people in IT, they will know Kolkata exists with, and how many people live in Kolkata? Millions, like maybe hundreds of millions. But IT people might be aware that Kolkata exists because they saw you. And people will be coming to Kolkata because they saw you to start with. Anyway, let's go back. So now we can do this stuff. This is so cool, but 80 chode and money. Yeah, so maybe daily. It's okay, we're still friends. I will enable desktop audio because I wanted to actually I wanted to cheat. I wanted to cheat today. Cheater, in a way. Well, I used to cheat in games in like 90s. Well, when you play against computer. And one time against a person, but I told him later that sorry, I was cheating. Yeah, don't do it. So let's see what Eddie has us to tell about earning money. Let me put the link to his video in the chat. So it will be here. Oh yeah, I've seen him actually yesterday. So we literally were in the same room and like talking, just to answering questions. So he was giving the first answer, and then I was like trying to help or maybe make things worse. Okay.
Let's talk about how to make money from open source. I'm going to give you so many different ways that you can do this. Open source has so many benefits. It will allow you to accelerate your learnings from coding to communication to collaboration, grow your network, and allow you to get the job and clients and money that you deserve. But there are so many ways that you can actually make money from open source. So let's discuss this in this video. And if that sounds interesting to you, then subscribe to my YouTube channel below, give this video a thumbs up, and hit the bell button so you get notified every time I post a video and go live. Okay. Let's start off with the simplest one, donations. There are GitHub sponsors, Patreon, and the Open Collective. And there are probably some other ones as well, but these are the most popular.
And that's an important one. So I will just show you something right now. Donations. It's good because if I go here, for example, okay, on my page, you can see this stuff. Okay. You can open it on yours. I'm not telling you. Oh, GDG Land. It was good. It was good. Like you know, the kind of events like shut up and take my money. It was good. It was mostly students, which is especially good because if I manage to help people at this stage, they will save a lot of money. So there's something called sponsors dashboard, right? And GitHub supports it. So you can literally add it to your page. There are other things, and Nate will talk about them right now, I think, I assume. Assumptions are not good, but sometimes yes. But for example, this morning I actually asked below, a friend of mine. He's good. He's so good, and he's a good person as well. So I have actually asked him. Let me see. Okay. asked him somewhere, but where did I ask him? Notifications. Oh yeah. Nice. So yeah, so basically what I did, I asked Bilal to apply for sponsorship, okay? And not sponsorship, that's wrong. I asked Bilal to add the button on. Oh, he's so good. Then I think well, he's doing those challenges, and I'm not, like in his case it works, but I don't think that challenges are always the best way to go, okay? Because they can, well, they put pressure on you, and if you see how I'm doing, maybe I'm doing in my way. I don't do challenges at all. Like I don't even, I preach for hackathons, I support people there, but I don't do it anymore because hackathons require energy, and I would rather help more people. And being consistent, like daily, like Kunal is like, well, sometimes I just cannot, and I cannot try to copy Francesco, I cannot try to copy Kunal, I cannot try to copy Bilal and myself. So for me, this thing doesn't work. But watching his videos works. So basically, here was the, I think I've sent the mail. Yeah, so that's the example where I asked him to actually create some content on how to do it. So let's see. Let's see when it works for him. Maybe Bilal can write an article, or you can write an article. Whoever is first, and the second one will improve the article. So let's see what happens next, because we only have like an hour, and I know it's 9 minutes video, but I would probably I'll be adding my comments here and there and all the time. Okay, so I need to move my, sorry for that, that was not nice, and I will make it smaller so you can where should I put my, okay, I'll make myself very small so I don't block anything with anything. Okay.
It allows individuals and businesses to support open source contributors and projects by donating monthly or as a one-off. This helps the maintainer, the contributor, to contribute more. It allows them to feel that their work isn't going unnoticed, and it gives them that motivation to do more. So it's a
And that's a very good point, all right? Because how do I put it? The gift, the subscription, again, I'm not asking to subscribe to myself because, well, I don't really, my life is not as tough as life of many students, and like if you don't have much money, then either support nobody or support somebody who struggles more than me. So, but if you have too much money, then yeah, I'm in. But yeah, anyway, so this subscription thing, or like sponsoring, it has two values. So one is money. This is good. I can buy milk for that or something. Well, I'm intolerant to milk, so I will probably buy coffee. But second part is psychological. So when friends like Bilal are doing stuff and doing stuff, if nobody tells them they're doing well, I'm not speaking about sponsorship as such, just tweet them that they're doing a great job. If this stuff is removed, nobody will prevail, like, because if you're doing and people are not saying thank you, then probably you're doing something wrong. Probably you're helping wrong people. I don't know. But yeah, I suggest that you understand that all those support, it comes psychological way as well. And for yourself, when you'll be finding ways to earn money, and there's nothing, am I on mute? No, I'm not on mute. There's nothing wrong with earning money, okay? So when you're allowing people to help you, that's okay, because that's how they support your journey. It's not like you're begging or whatever. It's actually you're working, right? It's just that you don't have a company. Well, you have, let's say, GitHub, for example, to transfer money, but generally speaking, you don't have an enterprise between people you are helping and money. Because even if you're a school teacher, which is a great job, but school is just basically, in a nutshell, they take money from parents or country, which is also parents. They take money from one group of people and they give it to you because you are teaching kids. So in this case, you just made this change simpler, okay? Okay, let's see. And so emotional stuff, it's important, right?
Great thing to do. Even if it's $1 a month to, I don't know, $100 a month,
yeah,
it all helps and really encourages the maintainer. So
$1 is a lot. Like in UK, my internet bill is like 23. Bilal was writing that he bought his laptop for like 200 something. So 10 people for a year, one will bring, so it's already half a laptop, okay? And he could really use a better laptop. He's doing great with this one, sorry. And I'm not preaching for Bilal, he's just a very good example. So yeah, you can support whoever you want. You can choose not to support, you can support yourself. There's no right answer, all answers are good.
I highly recommend it. I always say if you've got $10 a month that you can donate, probably give it to 10 different people. Therefore, it allows you to support and motivate 10 different people rather than one person just getting $10. And there are many ways you can ask for donations, and depending on the popularity of your project and your socials, you'll get different results. So this is highly variable. GitHub Sponsors has been around since 2019, and it's the newest kid on the block. It's a great way for GitHub organizations, for communities, for individuals to receive funding directly from GitHub and directly from their GitHub profiles. The huge benefit of using GitHub Sponsors is all directly on the GitHub platform, but also GitHub takes 0 fees. So the person you're donating to gets 100% of what you're donating, which I think is pretty awesome. Patreon, on the other hand, charge between 5 and 12%.
And that's a very interesting point. So I didn't know that GitHub will take 100% money you gave to the person, and it will give this 100% money to this person. This is big. This is huge. I mean, with all respect to Patreon, whatever percentage they will say now, so somebody gives helps somebody, and there's a lot of money which accumulates, and then well, it's like I mean, from philosophical point of view, that's quite a pure charity. Good, well done.
And also charge a processing fee. But Patreon lets you build a community around your work, and supporters, just like on GitHub Sponsors, can make monthly donations or one-off. And then on Patreon, you can actually create exclusive content to those who are interested in paying for it. But be careful creating exclusive and extra content for your sponsors, where you might start off with only 1 or 2 sponsors on Patreon, is a lot of extra work. So you really need to be committed. You're definitely in it for the marathon rather than the sprint, because you're going to want to create an extra content to encourage more people to pay for it.
And he is right. When you are choosing, I'll choose it.
Which is why
when you think about sponsorship, it's a strategy, okay? Because if I want to earn money fast, I will go and collect some bottles, I think, or something, and sell them. That's much faster. But I want a long-term strategy which will support me through some time. And so, yeah, every penny counts. But to make sure people don't leave and companies don't leave, you'll be having to continuously contribute, which is good. But well, it's a tough job. They might want you to grow, and your problem, there might be like problems, okay? But that's okay. It's part of the journey.
I'm a huge fan of GitHub Sponsors because they're sponsoring what you're doing already rather than getting you to create extra content. The downside to donations is that it's really hard to build and it's unpredictable. So to build a sustainable income from that is kind of debatable, but it's a great thing to have on the side as an extra. Another way to make money from open source is if you've got an open source product, have a hosted version of your open source product. And it allows people to run the software on their own servers for free, but you'll charge for the hosted version. You can even bundle this with other features like support and training. The downside is that your margins are never going to be that big. If you charge too much, users will definitely host it themselves rather than having the convenience of you hosting it for you. So this is definitely a numbers game, and by numbers I mean you want lots of people to sign up because you're making small margins. And that does work, and I've seen that work a lot. There's also paid support, Providing extra services is a good way to generate income from open source projects. These services could be technical support, certifications, and training. It's an effective way to earn some money as an open source maintainer and keep the project going. Take a look at Red Hat. Its business model is all about providing free solutions and generating profits from only additional services. And they got bought for billions of dollars, so they must be doing something right. When companies look at troubleshooting open source software, it's usually better for them to sign up people who made the software than trying to learn the ins and outs of the product themselves.
He's right. He's absolutely right. So,
not only are companies saving on payroll, as they don't need to hire in-house specialists.
Anyway, so I personally know companies who discovered people creating some great tools which were useful for the company, but the company wanted the tool to become even better. And the person, well, it was a hobby for the person, so they approached this person and said that, well, what if it becomes a full-time role for you? What if we start supporting you enough so you don't need to work? And now this person, I think he has his team, like this thing has grown. So that's no, because if you think of it, the company, if your library is useful, but you can only afford working for 1 hour, and they need you to work for 7 hours, they lose a ton of money. It's more expensive for them not to hire you than to hire you, because if they don't hire you, they will be losing money. Because new features will be late, and there will be more bugs and stuff like that, and you'll have less professional equipment, which will affect their revenue. So it's easier for them just to hire you for, I don't know, $200,000 and done. All right.
Specialists, they also have a peace of mind knowing that they have a pro on hand when a problem arises. So what would support look like? Well, here are a few examples. Help in basic installation or usage or setup, coding and bug fixing, adding new features, written documentation, tutorials, and examples. The next one I want to talk about is the open core model. The idea behind this is that you open source the majority of your code, but you keep a small fraction of it licensed as proprietary code. Tailwind UI is a good example of this. It is free and open source to use. Both the framework and features are all free. However, users can support the project and save some time by purchasing extra features, such as the pre-made UI components. I really like this because people can get to use the benefit of the project, but for some extra work of the maintainers, it saves other people time having pre-made components, and it allows them to support and fund the project. Some open core projects set themselves up by charging only for those features that larger customers tend to need, such as user management or specialist integration. These projects are therefore pitching their paid extras to enterprise users, whilst individuals and small companies that do not need these extra features can continue to use the project for free. And of course, they can also donate, as we mentioned right at the beginning as well, which hopefully they do, and we're going to encourage more companies to donate. A lot of times I do see individuals donating to projects and other maintainers. Let's talk about how to make money from open source. Actually, Dev Daily so many different ways that you can do this. Open source has so many benefits. Thank you so much, Dev Daily. One thing you need to consider with this coding to communication, it can be challenging to separate proprietary features from the existing code bases or into packages or modules. So you need to think about this from.
Sorry, friends, and if you have any questions, just leave them in the chat. I will answer. Okay. The reason I'm doing it as a YouTube because it's, well, there are multiple reasons, except the connectivity, which I will fix. But basically, it's about entrance level, and it's much easier for me to do it this way. And yeah. So and like I'm trying alternatives to Zoom. I want to get off Zoom because I don't want to pay.
From the beginning. An open source project does require excellent architecture to set up the open core module. Another option is dual licensing. This is where an independent developer uses a software for free, but companies use components.
And actually this point here, the one he was speaking before, again, I know a company, so they're very big in financial markets, right? And they decided that, well, the way they don't want to compete the market in the area where they don't specialize yet. So they are actually like calculating stuff and a lot of stuff. And their true value is their financial brains. So their true value is that they have this super duper brain which predicts the markets, but besides that, there's a ton of software which they just made open source. So different kinds of connectors, different kinds of mathematical tools, whatever. But they just made it open source because it's cheaper this way. They don't need to be the only ones who have these libraries, but if they try to create their own library, then in 5 years' time it will be obsolete. Nobody else is developing them, and they don't have money to develop all apps in the world. So they just concentrate on creating a small bunch of them, and everything else they create together with other companies. Oh, sorry, I need more sleep. That's my normal story, more sleep.
And it allows them to support and fund the project. Some open core projects set themselves up by charging only for those features that larger customers tend to need, such as user management or specialist integration. These projects are therefore pitching their paid extras to enterprise users, whilst individuals and small companies that do not need these extra features can continue to use the project for free. And of course, they can also donate, as we mentioned right at the beginning as well, which hopefully they do, and we're going to encourage more companies to donate. A lot of times I do see individuals donating to projects and other maintainers, and it'd be great to see other companies do that. Actually, Dev Daily sponsor us, and it's great to see the first company that was sponsoring us on GitHub Sponsors. So thank you so much, Dev Daily. One thing.
So yeah, thank you so much, Dev Daily, and for example, if you go to my account, you'll see that, okay, I'll keep asking this question, of course, am I codable? Yeah, if you go to my account, if you go to Sponsors dashboard, as I just said, like anybody spends money supporting anybody on GitHub sponsors, 100% money goes to the person, okay? But you can see those amazing friends here. I have one sponsor, and it's a company. It's a company, and they support me, and I love them. This is G-Research. It's an absolutely amazing company. They are very big in open source. They're huge in open source. Even comparing to Google, if you compare how many people work on G-Research and how many people work on Google, they're good. I know this one is G-Research OSS, something like this, but if you go for G-Research as such, here, you'll see how big they are on open source or GitHub, okay. And we go, now maybe G-Research is like this. A moment, G-Research, GitHub, it will be easier, yeah, that's the way. So you can see, this is crazy active. 184 repos for the company of this size. Look at this one, 184, right? Now Google, GitHub. Google will be huge, we know, okay? We know. But let's compare now. So that's Google, that's G-Research. Google, 2000 repos. How many people work in Google? So, and how many people work in G-Research? I'll tell you, it's less. It's not a small company, but it's less. So they are extremely active in open source, like really, and they use interesting languages, like for example F# I think is there, this one. So and also they run competitions and stuff, and it's like, it's actually one of the way you can earn money as well sometimes. For example, you go to events in G-Research, and I think sometimes they make, like, you know, challenges. Yeah, for example this one, I'm not sure this one is like if it was online or offline, but sometimes they do online challenges as well. But G-Research is more like offline company in terms of, due to the nature of the business, they, most of the careers they are only available, you know, they're only available offline. So
you need to consider with this is that it can be challenging to separate proprietary features from the existing code bases or into packages or modules. So you need to think about this from the beginning. An open source project does require excellent architecture to set up the open core module. Another option is dual licensing. This is where an independent developer uses a software for free, but companies using it for profit must pay a license fee. Dual licensing allows companies to release commercial software with a commercial license that's derived from the free open source, commonly distributed under the GNU General Public License, GPL. An example of this is MySQL. They release, for example, MySQL Enterprise under the commercial license while still offering 2 other products like MySQL Community Edition under the GPL license. Another option is software as a service, the open SaaS model. The SaaS model is a popular way to license software because it's flexible and offers rapid deployment and decreases cost. What makes SaaS attractive is that the software is stored in the cloud. Users only need a web browser to access an application. With an open SaaS model, software is purchased via subscription, which can offer varying levels of service. For example, you might want to
Sorry, I think I missed it. Let's listen again.
because it's flexible and offers rapid deployment and decreases cost. What makes SaaS attractive is that the software is stored in the cloud. Users only need a web browser to access an application. With an open SaaS model, software is purchased via subscription, which can offer varying levels of service. For example, you might want to offer technical support, software customization, training, and package options. WordPress is a good example of this.
So yeah, you create something which is useful to people and you start selling it, okay? So basically you can see that in solutions which AJ is proposing so far, they don't necessarily depend on some specific sponsor, some one company. It's rather that you're creating something useful, so you think of a problem, you create some solution to solve the problem, and people and companies, different companies start supporting you. So you can make it more official, you can create your own company and make it like software as a service, or this, the one where the license is locked. Oh, pardon me. So open core model core he was speaking about, okay? You can do that, and by the way, you can write, if you don't have ideas for content, friends, just take this stream, okay, and just write about it. As he said yesterday, he doesn't have time for creating this stuff, so he'll be happy, and if he's not, he'll tell you, and then you can delete it, and then you'll find some other form of cooperation with it. He's great. But I don't think it will ever happen that he will be like, oh, don't share my stuff. As long as you leave links to his video, he'll be cool. Okay?
It's an open platform and it offers subscription plans for extra features like unlimited storage and automatic backups. The downside to this model is that building and maintaining multiple products is a lot of work. Another alternative is paid feature request. This is when software is distributed for free, but additional features, functionality, and even updates come at a charge. If you find a couple of companies using your project, you can offer a paid feature request, meaning you can develop new features based on the company's requests and needs. In return, they'll pay you to develop these features. This one is more of a straightforward model to make money from open source. Often it is more cost-effective for companies to hire you as a freelancer to develop the new functionality they need than having their developers spend time figuring out the code base and adding new functionality. Another option is bug hunt, also known as bug bounty programs, is a way to earn money by reporting errors on other systems or by solving them and submitting a pull request with a code that fixes them. There are very big companies who submit their products for this type of treatment. And in fact, when I interviewed the founder of Curl Project, Daniel Stumberg, he mentioned that this is a way to contribute to the Curl Project while getting compensated for this. Read and watch my interview with Daniel here. Also a link in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this video on how you can make money from open source. There are new ways appearing all the time, which is why I find it super interesting. Open source is evolving and growing because of you. And things will change every month, every year. I see different ways, different smarter ways to do it. You don't need to get into the scammy ways to do it. There are the official ways where people and companies will pay for it. Let me know in the comments below which are your favorite ways to make money from open source. And if you have any other ideas of ways to make money from open source, let me know in the comments below. I love geeking out and learning with you. Talking about geeking out and learning together. We have a Discord community, link in the description below. Let's chat in Discord between live streams and videos.
Okay. So my favorite way of making money with open source is called Get a Job. At the moment, because I just don't know my most efficient way. The way of earning money with open source is called Get a Job. The thing is that most open source is created by companies, so you can very well be employed and literally earn money for doing both. Of course, it's not for everybody, but still counts. Okay, so and I think, to be honest, that Eddie might see a spike on his on people watching this video today, because well, it's been like 1 year ago, and he was talking about bug hunt. Okay, so there's bug bounties and stuff like that. I don't remember. Let me check the name of this thing. I think it was Financify or something. Bug hunt. I think. No, I think there was a company, and I keep. Oh, Expensify, of course, Expensify. They are good friends. Okay, so Expensify, these guys, this friends, sorry, they have a program to Expensify bug bounty. Okay. So they do a bug bounty program. So this program, okay. Oh, well, it's still there. It's still there. I suggest you investigate it, because yeah, I'll be closing stream soon. But the next time we can continue with Expensify, for example, okay? And we'll continue where we left, and we'll check how to earn money with Expensify. I know they do it. At least they were doing it when I visited their booth at Silicon Milk Round. That's a conference in UK, kind of conference. So they do pay money, and they pay quite well. That's from what I know. So yes, let's do it. And yeah, I think if people keep coming, I will keep creating these streams. I know that we are just beginning, so I cannot show you, I cannot demo you. I have huge stack of money which I earned and say that look, they are $2,000. But you know what? I showed you how much I earned with GResearch, right? And if you think of it, maybe often you see those scam videos where people say that, oh, I've earned that much and that much millions per day, and you can do it, just give us your credit card number. These people are lying, okay? So I've earned $20 more per month than they did, because they don't exist, they're hired actors, and I do exist. So I know other people earn more. For example, I really hope, and I'm quite sure that Eddie is earning more, Kunal is earning more, Bilal should be earning more than me. And that's good, because that means for me that the system is working, that people who are creating most contributions, they get more than those. I hope that's the case at least, because, well, that's how it goes, because if nobody supports Oh my God, Eddie is there. Okay, so Eddie, the last thing you expected is me to shoot you in the back with 10 months old stream. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm here. When I was saying that please support Eddie and then I'm not jealous with you giving him money, it's like I meant it. I didn't see he's there in the stream. No, I'm not saying it, Eddie. No way. I don't say good. I only say good things. I'm trying to say good things about people behind their backs when they don't expect. So yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Eddie. Yeah. How can I close it now? Like, yeah, I cannot. So you know what? It's okay. So this the only bug bounty I know personally is this one, Expensify. They pay $1,000 for a bug closed during the first week. I think it's $2,000 during the second week, and I think it goes up to 4K. And probably then I don't know what happens then. I'm not really with this community. I mean they're amazing, but uh, yeah, yeah. Well, yes, because I believe that all people are great, and if maybe I should be like a peacekeeper or something, you know, the one without machine gun, but actually going and talking to people and finding solutions. But well, that stuff I can only dream on, and this stuff I can do. And so let me do what I can. So yeah. So yeah. So and AD actually we have Arindam Majumdar from Kolkata, and I really suggest you follow him because he's a great friend and he's always there. Like I don't know how he does it, but I start streaming and he's there. It's like yeah, it's amazing. So he should be like I think he'll be quite visible. I think like in 2 years time, if people think Calcutta, they will think Arindam, and if they think Pakistan, especially the north part, northwest, they will think of Birla. So yeah, and so Expensify. Let's see what how they're doing. Let's see. So let's actually see how can we find their program. Okay, so if you go here, okay, I will close others. We go here. We go to this thing. I'm trying to find their program. Yeah. So that's how you get subscription from AD because like when there are like two schools of thought. You can see some top people who are very top, and they have zero people they follow, and then there are also people who who are trying like on the other end to get as many followers. And by the way, actually, Eddie, you didn't mention that, and that's actually that's a well shame on us, because like there are two platforms, LinkedIn and Twitter. And besides that, they're completely different, like really different. One of the key differences there is that LinkedIn doesn't pay, okay? And Twitter does give you exposure to the marketing, so you can post somebody's paid tweets. And also, I think they pay as well. Maybe Eddie can correct me, but I think Twitter starts paying you after you get like 10K or something. And this is big because for me, I understand it won't be like $10,000 per month, okay? It won't be $1 for one subscriber follower. It's more complicated than get and less. But for me, I live in the UK. For me, it's okay. I mean, it's fine. I can use this one if they were not changing that much for premium. But yeah, whatever. So LinkedIn friends, if you're looking at me, I need this premium for free. No, I'm joking. Well, I need it, but I know nobody will give it to me yet. So, oh. Arindam. So that's what happens when people listen. AJ, you might know, but there's a. So I was speaking to Arindam the other day. Oh, now I need to find this stuff. But let's find it here. There's another way to earn. It's not as. It's more like a hobby. It's a long-term strategy. I would say it's not a hobby. It's a long-term. So Elastic, our friends in Elastic, they have. Contributor program, and I really suggest that you focus on something one, okay? So maybe you focus on this area, because I really doubt that in Calcutta there are many people who do Elastic Contributor program. So you can become the voice of Elastic, and I mean it, the voice of the Elastic in Kolkata. Whom will they trust? Somebody with a Porsche diploma or somebody who's been delivering month after month after month? So you can start with really reading about this program and like getting into it and getting your points and making them visible and like telling how close you are. And as a side effect, you'll learn Elastic. You'll be a top person. So that's one of the ways actually to earn kind of money. It's not money, it's swag. But when swag is a MacBook, then it's a very, very, very good swag. Give me one, please. I'm joking, just messing with you. But yeah, so I think Twitter is bringing money to people. So that's why I went to Twitter, because people I wanted to help more than other people. I want to help everybody, okay? But there's 8 billion of people in the world, but not everybody suffers the same way. So please don't think that life is in UK is like all hanky-dory or all nice, because there are areas where life is tough, like really tough. So I understand that people will probably get electricity and water, but well, I won't go into details, but trust me, it's tough. Like currently I'm in a warm house, but a lot of people cannot really afford to put heating on. So that sucks. But the option here is that that's why I went to Twitter, because I wanted my friends to. I assume that they will grow as they follow me, and I probably can help. You don't need to follow me; I will help anyway. Especially if you're in need, and if you know somebody in need, let me know. Okay, let this person know. I won't be able to help one-on-ones. I'm actually thinking of creating like paid one-on-ones, so I can use this money to help people. But I will ask them questions. Well, it's okay. It's actually one-on-one and it's free. But I will ask them questions in Twitter, and then I will try to create content. Like if it's too big to answer in one tweet, in 10 tweets, then I will just create content and I will move people. Normally it will be towards, because normally if somebody is asking like how do I do open source, it's like, okay, where you are. If you're in the very beginning, then it's this first time contributions project. This one, okay, it's a great project, like really good. It's on. But if you're like, if you're like going further, I would rather forward you to Eddie or Kunal or Bilal, because I know. That's the thing. Like yesterday, me and Eddie, we were in this Google developers group thing, right? And there was a question. It was a very good question, which I didn't like, but the question was brilliant, because the part of the question was that the person was asking like how to having a better equipment so you can compete better. And you see, the best way of competition, as I see it, is working together, because then you only have the environment against you. And because I'm doing that for some time, I know that, okay, Kunal is better in this area. I cannot even put it into words, but maybe if you're like into clouds and like deep into clouds and Kubernetes and stuff, maybe that's more Kunal, because he's in Sivo and Sivo, I don't know how to spell this, friends, but he might know, or maybe you are like into these products, he might know more about of it than Eddie. But if you're into, let's say, content creations and you want to like generally create high quality content, so there are like differences and you kind of feel it. So, and I will like, okay, you probably speak to Eddie, and if he doesn't speak, cannot help for some reason, probably then speak to Kunal, and if they both are busy, then come to me, because I will try to do what I can, or it might be some other way around. But I know people and they know me, they start to know me, and people will know you, so it's like a family now. So it's like, oh, somebody's mother has a problem, like she needs like some money for a hospital, or like some, I don't know. So we work together. It's like a field, right? A small field versus big field, where we bring all our tractors and we just do it, and we create, and more bread comes, and then we share, and then everybody gets more. So I don't see a need to compete. I'm not against competition. I'm just like, why? Why would you? Because open source market is so huge. Like it's, oh my god, it's like, I think there's 200 million projects on GitHub. Okay, GitHub. how many projects, repos. Okay. For the God's sake, 1 second. This screen is so whitish, it's so. Okay, that's what I said. 200 million repos, right? So there's enough fish for everybody. Enough, more than enough. We need to buy. So instead of trying to compete with our friends and trying to like have more fishing rods and like let's catch all the fish. Let me spend $10,000 and get dynamite so I blow up all the fish and I get all the fish to myself. Instead of it, let's talk to our friends, Kunal, Anya, Kubov, to Eddie, to Bilal, and let's build a fishery. So why have less fish if you can have more fish, and maybe in like a friendly way? So and I'm quite sure actually if I go here and I do fishery, then I will find something. It might be not nice, it might be different type of fishing, but still, yeah. Oh, test data, yeah, something. Anyway, and of course AD is on GitHub, but you've already seen. For example, his Hacktoberfest. Okay. So Eddie, I was talking today, I think on my previous stream because it broke. But I was mentioning this idea of yours that non-code contributions, they have a special file where they're mentioned, so people can compete and can like be seen by open source community using open source technology, because the file keeps changing. It's not ideal. It's not ideal. One day it will be even better, but I don't know how. But it will. So okay, back to this expensive file. So we don't want this stuff. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Like Kunal. So now I have this chewing thing. So now I will just have a sandwich with marmalade, like this Paddington bear. And whenever I see Eddie or Kunal or somebody, I will start chewing. I will start the video, and then I'm like, oh, one more chewing video. Because that's what happened yesterday. I was like eating, but I was afraid that, well, there won't be time to speak to Eddie because he had those 2 sessions, and that's why I didn't go to any others at this blog. Anyway, I want to see Expensify developers. Developers. I know they do it. I just want to because talking is great, but I'm trying to. So that's one of the ways is to get a job with them, okay? But I want to find a program for maybe even if I don't find, I can ask them. Maybe something changed. Bugs. Okay, let's see this one. So so here, bug bounty, bug hunted. You see this one? I'm not looking. 2012. It's like, oh my god, dinosaurs. The time when phone had codes. I mean, I had a scammer once, and he called me, and I tried to he wanted to get me into crypto, and I told him that my phone doesn't have that I don't have computer at home, and my phone has a code and the round dial, and I wanted it to be a joke, but this guy was so young, he didn't know that the phone existed with circular dial. Like, you might not know it. Old phone. It looks like that. Yeah, this one. So the way it works, you can still buy this stuff. What the God's sake? Why would you do it to anybody unless you hate the person? Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Just imagine texting. So basically, the way it works, you just put your finger there and you bring it all the way here and you let it go, and then it takes 3 seconds and it's 1. Good luck calling 16 numbers like that. Good luck. Oh, it doesn't have redial. Yeah, good luck. So the guy didn't know this thing, so I couldn't convince him that I'm not joking around. But yeah, hacking a hacker. Yeah. Well, we're in Hack2Earn. So yeah, anyway, let's go back. So where was it? Expensify, bugs and developers, this stuff. That might be good. Let's see, bug bounty. Oh, we're back here. categories. Oh, that's interesting. Let me register. I'll just move to another screen because I don't want too much of my cool stuff to be visible there. I like email. I'm bad enough already. Connect Google. I'm connecting. Signing in. Okay. I've created my account. Next time what I will do, I have my, oh my gosh, this is big, Eddie. This is big. So they have a community there. Now it's more than money, because there's a company who does open source, okay, and they have community. That's already like, ooh. But just by seeing the login process, I can see the quality. So probably they will have their own tracker system. You see, you don't see bugs like here. If you go inside, no, they have issues here, so you can see them. That's interesting. Let's see here. So what's that? So they had discussions. Let's see, questions about using Expensify. No. Categories, announcements, questions, Expensify partners. In the worst case, I have a picture from a conference where I have some data, so I'll find it there. What if I do back here? Okay. Are we back to our question? And they're here, and we are here, and they're contributing, but their contribution is an Expensify app, right? And by the way, I really suggest that, well, actually, I should be able to do it myself, right? I can leave a comment. Indeed, I can. That's the power of open source. That's the power of open source. So they were referring to this thing, which is this one, which is broken. We know it, but it's Expensify app blob main contributing. Expensify app. I don't see blobs here, but I can assume contributing is somewhere here. What is this thing? Maybe it's this one. Yeah. So what we'll do, we'll help our friends. Hi. I was looking for instructions on earning. No, I shouldn't be making it about myself. It's not nice. Okay, I will lose friends like this. It looks there. Check this out. This out link above is broken. I think this link is right. Even also, I would recommend, sorry Eddie, it's coming, and that also it looks your bug bounty program is quite cool. Is it possible to ask Eddie? Because Eddie, I don't think you're there, right? I don't think you're there. To review it in one of his amazing videos. Okay, yeah. Looks like. Yeah, that's why we need money, because like I'm not paying for this. It's very impressive. I think it's very impressive. I know there's a program, I just don't know details, but I know it is there, okay? It would be nice. It would be nice if more people knew about it and could contribute, okay? Okay, I don't want to write too much because like, well, did I copy the wrong link? I might be, it's typical me, but we'll hopefully fix it. No, it is the right link. The difference is that now, yeah, so this link and this link, you see? They moved contribution to contribution guides, contribution committee. Yeah, I know you're not there, but they can come to you, Eddie, and they can like ask you to take a look. It would be nice if they could, they came to you and they asked you to take a look and maybe give them some suggestions, because their visibility is, well, there's space for improvement. Let's say it this way. Like, thank you, Eddie, and yeah, I think it will be a very good note to finish the stream. So before I start crying, no, I won't cry. I know that we'll meet again and again and again. The world is getting smaller. So yeah. So yeah, because I will just. So what else could we do? We found this place. So today, from just from reviewing Eddie's video, and thank you very much, Eddie. From reviewing Eddie's video, we went on this journey, and now we found this expensive, I think. And what is even more interesting is that we found a link to the bounty or something like this. And yeah, I will vote myself up. Does it work? Can I vote myself up? Okay, awesome. And we'll find a way how it works. I'll check some notes as well. And yeah. And next time we'll pick off from this place. I'll be on the road, and that's the reason why I removed my recurrent stuff, because it's hard for me to predict days now, because it's this conference, that conference. Like, I need to see my child and my former wife. Well, I miss my child, and I need to help them as well, support them a bit more. But these are my groups, our groups. Together with OpenSource will be generic. Hack2Earn will be about earning money. Hack4Job will be about getting job. For Apache, probably this one will go, but I'm not sure. I have friends in Medikov and in Devlake, but I can only create limited amount. So I don't know. Maybe it will be Hack for Fun. Let's actually rename it. Let's rename it now. So we'll just have a chill out place to hack for fun, where we will have, well, guess what, fun. Because like NASA stuff will go here. The main goal of this group is to do open source just for the good vibes. There are other groups, not money, not jobs, just pure happiness. With NASA or anything else. Why is my computer so slow? Anyway, yeah. Okay, and then this stuff will be me, myself, and me again. Well, it's not exactly me, but yeah, and that's it. So yeah, I read actually your contribution for today if you want. If you could write a small tweet of like, I don't know, whatever you felt about this space, good, bad, ugly, just write something. And like maybe you can even write what you want next time. Like I suggest we learn more about this thing. Maybe you contact them and we see how it goes. Because come on, $1,000 for a bug. I don't know now in Kolkata, but when I was in Estonia and I was a student, that would be a huge pile of money for me, like huge. When I was at university, I couldn't afford buying food. Like I could only afford like buying two glasses of milk on a good day, and that's it. So that's why I packed my bags and went to UK when there was opportunity to work on a farm. And in half a year, I earned £4,000, and I was working my ass off. It wasn't a good job. I came shorter. I damaged my health. I got an allergy. Maybe because of that, I got an allergy. I got a good experience. That's true. I met a lot of good people, but yeah. Okay, I'm not Francesco. I'm not Francesco, so I cannot do things Francesco does. So I'll just show you who Francesco is. It's a superhuman. That not a simple guy as me or AJ. He's a superhuman. Francesco, open source. This one. He has his own channel. I'm just yeah, this one. Francesco, maybe Siulia or Siula, I'm not sure, but his videos are like, ooh, they're quite long. Well, some of them are like 20 hours marathons. Is he live right now? Yeah, like this one. 12 hours marathon. Look at him, he's tired. But he's still... yeah, it's like, I'm not suggesting doing Agar, I think his name is. So, these friends from all... We will win. We will win. It's a win-win-win-win-win game. Okay, and on this positive note, I will say live long and prosper. So see you friends. Bye. Bye-bye.